Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. President Donald Trump will speak to a joint session of Congress on Tuesday night and will highlight a, quote, optimistic vision and push a bold agenda, according to some highlights that have been given out, or at least bullet points that have been given out to members of the media, including Politico. Politico reporting that there are about 11 bullet points that were circulated among members of the media previewing Tuesday night's address to a joint session of Congress. Remember, technically, this is not a State of the Union address, but it will probably look and feel a lot like a State of the Union address. It'll also be, I think, a very important speech for the president, as he'll be able to, in prime time, reach out to a whole lot of Americans, those who like him, those who don't like him, those who are iffy, those who absolutely hate him. Everyone will be watching this joint session of Congress and this speech on Tuesday night. What will they hear from the president? Well, according to Politico, some of the bullet points include this, that the president will, quote, share that all Americans share a desire for safe communities for themselves and for their families, reads one of the bullet points. Another reads, all Americans want their children to have access to good schools, and all Americans deserve good jobs that allow them to prosper and dream. For far too many people, the, quote, forgotten men and women, this is something that Trump has talked about often, these fundamental desires have been out of reach for far too long. The president will also go through some of the steps that he has taken to show the promises that he has kept to the American people. He will lay out, according to a bullet point, lay out an optimistic vision for the country that crosses the traditional lines of party, race, and socioeconomic status. This is something you've got to remember. Donald Trump is not an ideologue. Donald Trump is not the far-right conservative. Donald Trump, and you can tell by some of those that he has also brought in, but also his, I would say, closest advisor, his daughter, Ivanka Trump, who is going to play a large role in the Trump administration. His presidency will cross party lines. There are going to be times where Republicans are mad at Donald Trump and Democrats hesitantly like what Donald Trump is proposing. I'm not going to say they're going to love the guy, but they're going to be hesitantly maybe on board with some of the things that Donald Trump does propose. You look at some of the other things. Donald Trump's going to talk about regulatory reform. He's going to talk about tax relief. He's going to talk about Obamacare and how to save the American families from the disaster that is Obamacare. He's going to be talking about education and says he's going to be saying that every child deserves a wonderful education. So it's going to be interesting to see what the president lays out in his speech Tuesday night. The speech scheduled for 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central Time. I can't wait. I know I'll be watching. I'm sure many of you will be as well. We'll be watching not only for what the president has to say and how he says it, but also the reaction from the left and the reaction from the right. How do Democrats and Republicans respond to President Donald Trump? It's going to be something fascinating to watch, something that is going to be must-watch TV, in my opinion. I also think that if the media will allow it, I think that that President Trump will use this speech as a way of reaching out to the American people, both on the left and the right, in trying to bring people together. The president has to do that. He has to, and I'm not going to say become more presidential, but he has to reach out a little bit more, it seems to me. He's got to get his polling numbers up a little bit, whether you believe the polling numbers or not. We want those polling numbers to get up higher, so that way it puts more pressure on Senate Democrats to go along with a repeal of Obamacare and some other votes as well. So something to think about for sure. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Join me tomorrow night after the presidential address. Join me on Periscope. Again, same Twitter handle, Chad Hasty Radio. Join me on there as I'll give some thoughts, reaction to what the president had to say. We'll also upload another video, of course, here on YouTube. So follow me on Periscope and on Twitter to get instant analysis and my reaction from what the president has to say. And then tune in to the show, of course, the very next morning as we talk about what the president had to say in front of Congress and how members of Congress reacted to the president. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on the Chad Hasty Show, weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO in Lubbock, Texas. You can listen online at KFYO.com and via the Radio Pup app. Subscribe below for our videos. Have a great day.